Log into Liberty TV online.
So, una wey dey watch me, this na quick message on the mpox sick na salon wey dey comot from Liberty Online TV. As of today, the case dem na salon just dey go up. For make sure say you no get this sick, National Public Health Agency don say we for wash we and all time avoid boku shakan and all, and no go near person wey get the signs dem of mpox. And sef, if you sabi anybody wey get high fever or rash and body, make im rush go na hospital one time. This message dey come to you from Liberty Online TV.
A nation forged in resilience from the ashes of the 11 years brutal civil war through the shadows of Ebola, COVID-19, and the mudslide. Sierra Leone rises, but the journey is far from over. Governance strain. Youth demand more. Women demand more. 60% in poverty. But what if the solutions lie not in silence, but in dialogue? This is not another talk show. This is State of the Nation, where every voice feels change. From Freetown to Kono, we are turning debates into action. No script, no spin, just Sierra Leoneans rewriting their future together. So we bring you a movement not just to speak, but to be heard. Speak out. Hold power to account. This is your nation. This is your voice. This is State of the Nation. Only on Liberty TV on Facebook, YouTube, and on www.libertytvonline.com. Every month, the last Sunday, 7 to 9 p.m. Tune in. The nation is watching.
I think currently I have a thing for Vicky Remo.
Hello viewers, we don dey bring different content dem to you, and we no dey tire for make the content dem wey you like. And now we dey bring fun and shorts with Adri. This na game show wey say your favorite celebrity, social media influencers, students, and other people go play game dey like truth and shorts, charades, riddles, and other game dem wey you sef go learn from. This content will come to you every Sunday, 9 o'clock na net. Now all the Liberty Online TV social media platforms there.
She chose number one. She's always number one.
Period.
On top.
Period. On top.
Yeah, man.
So not miss out. Join me for laugh with your favorite celebrity and social media influencers there.
Mommy.
You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, where they stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Where they bring this edition of the Breakfast Show come to you this Thursday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Inside this Thursday edition of the Breakfast Show, with the challenges where the energy sector don't face under the Bio-led administration, we all know say President Bio na the post may act na the capacity as Minister of Energy. But it be done set up an presidential initiative on climate change, renewable energy and food security. Well, waiting this particular presidential initiative done to do, today na the program where they can get updates from the energy sector lead, where na Honorable Dr. Kandeh Kolleh Yumkella, where they can tell we under in leadership, waiting they don't put in place for ensure say Salon gets sustainable and efficient energy.
Well, this and other issues them did the program for you this morning, and as we tell you today in the studio, we get the pleasure for host the energy sector lead, where na Honorable Dr. Kandeh Kolleh Yumkella, where they can assess the gains them where don't happen under in leadership from where it take over the energy sector, and also go here to promises them where it get for make for the future for ensure say the long-standing energy problem where the country don't they suffer from under in tenure if it go able for solve them. All of these we will discuss inside the program this morning. You say for the watchery, if you want for the part of the program, as always, send we you text on the orange number +23274200545, or you can send you message na any of the platform there where they watch with this morning. Well, they can straight na the studio as we get Honorable Dr. Kandeh Kolleh Yumkella in the energy sector lead. As we all be know, His Excellency the President may appoint him after plenty challenge and complaint from the citizens in them where a camper electricity business with all the expertise and experience we get na the energy sector. As we all know, Honorable Dr. Kandeh Kolleh Yumkella for a very long time don't work na this sector, and it don't they help for solve some of the energy problems them. This be make His Excellency the President be appoint and say let it can help him for lead the energy sector and bring some of the expertise them on board for ensure say the energy crisis where the country they suffer from with other experts them within the ministry they're able for solve them. Good morning, Honorable, and a pleasure for host you this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right, so don't tell with viewers them, you be don't take over the energy sector, and you take over this sector at a time where it really challenging. We see the predecessor, where been in this sector for over 6 years, tender resignation, and His Excellency say, okay, another appoints nobody else for be the minister. Let me supersede this ministry. But even with His Excellency sitting at the helm of affairs, things were difficult. It bring you on board as an expert, somebody who don't be in this sector for a very long time. Firstly, at how bad things were, why you take up this task?
Thank you very much. Indeed, His Excellency the President asked me for this sector lead and assumed the role September 1 last year. If you listen the independence speech of the President, he say in your determination now for address the structural and systemic problem then at the energy sector. That be a very important statement then that one day. Because energy in a complex system we get generation, transmission and distribution. And all them three things and you get for bill. Every country now over a decade you the bill. You they continuously add because population they increase, business then they expand, the economy they expand, demand always they go up, and you need for maintain them. So if you not bill them, you know they're available. And so what we get at the country is the following. We not ever they get enough power, and the one way they get expensive. So we get a problem. We not get enough, then the one way they idea. So we they try for address all that one day at the same time. Also, number two, for 20 years we don't pay emergency power. If you remember where Pakaba they left, some of you guys are much younger, where they left we begin joke say, oh, get Kaba Tiger, then generator there. Yeah, because INSEF came, he tried for fix them after the war, a lot of things were destroyed, try for fix them, but where they left energy emergency been there. So by the time President Nkrumah take over, you get what we call income electric, then bring generator, then quick. When INSEF they left, now he bring 2 ships, Agreco and Kapower, which means the emergency situation not done. Then we self inherit and continue. So number 1, we want to break that cycle of emergency. 2, number 3, another indicator I want to give you. 15 years ago, the customer base for ETSA about 150,000 customers. Today now about 400,000. This now, it not include the illegal one they won't know. Something a double safe. So it not even do. Freetown, for example, need 130 megawatts at least now. What you would able to give on between 70 to 80.5. Now that make you see we get for rational. Let all man get small. So we not build enough generation capacity. We've been rely on emergency supplies, short term. We not address the problem then we do. So this is how difficult it is. Demand has grown exponentially. Supply no fall around. We as a government, successive governments, we no invest with your money inside. We wait for donors. Now then thing and they will want change now. And also make I emphasize, they change energy system quick. I don't repeat this over and over. An cumulative process. If you take boom away now, we main energy asset in the country. Now almost 40 years. And Uda can finish now President Nkrumah. But all other governments being here for add. So I want to underline, say, the fix and quick. In we own case now that's what we want to do. We want for build some systems now, but we left a plan where successive governments go add pan. Now so then do na Ghana, now so then do na Kenya, Tanzania. Every government for add more. And continuous advocacy now why we they do and where we don't get a plan day, we want to let you sabiam, media and others. So that una go make sure say the other government then we get for come, then all they add, because it takes decades to build the power stations, for take transmission line then 300 kilometers, 400 kilometers. Sometimes they look them wire then they will not even think so, but wait, how did they put them wire here from all the way Bumbuna and Freetown? Right now, one transmission line we get in a salon. One. Then days here we get big scare. Behind old school, somebody they make road. They go begin, then the bulldozer then walk. They pull almost one hang. If that they been caught, would they sit on a Freetown for months on the get light. So this is how vulnerable we are. We've depended on emergency power. We've not built enough capacity. We've not invested our money in it. If you take like education, when President Bio make a flag, the flagship, he make a decision for add more budget. I think we can talk say 22% of the revenues. We do the same for health because human capital was the lead. Now we don't do the same for agriculture. What is interesting is all require energy systems for let them work well. And World Bank don't give you reports, including last October. They say the biggest constraint on the growth of the economy, a lack of affordable, reliable power systems. So now that make president decide, says, all right, me I don't want to do quick fix. I want let we address all the issue here. We develop a plan, but Kandeh, you get for help we now for fend the money because we not get enough. We need private capital for coming. We need multilateral support. Then we self add with your money for building things. These are billions of dollars of projects over time where you get for put in place. Now that make it take command. We appreciate say INSEF decide for do them, but then he say they can't join me. And indeed, as I tell people the day with them, I say, hey, I've been like me chairmanship na climate change renewable energy. Then they are able whole line. Well, I thought, they call me. I say, now you go make a day inside the sector. He say, yes. He say, we too. And that is what gave me the confidence that INSEF say, they take them, they put in political capital, in leadership and direction, say, Lord, do one together, because there are tough decisions to make. And we need the Minister of Finance, because this is about money. This is about investing in the system. It is also about reforms. ETSA gets a lot of challenges. I will talk about some of which we want to do with ETSA, but you ask me waiting at the situation. And since me take over, before I take over, remember at that time minister resigned, at that time president dismissed the board of ETSA, dismissed the board of EGTC. So say it was a crisis already in May 2024. So from that 10 day to today, 30 day, every 2-3 months we get crisis.
What's been take away the scare because just then saying the things were bad, not so secret. Then His Excellency the President called you say, Dr. Kandeh Kolleh Yumkella can't sit at the helm of affairs with all waiting be the happen, complaints, blackout here and there, huge areas for pay, car power. But you say, let me shoulder it on.
The reason is, at my age, and which I don't do around the world, there is a time where you look a major problem, you need a captain. So I tell President, say, okay, I go do it. I know say a bad name, I know say difficult, but I have the knowledge. I get the international networks. We know how to fix them here. I don't go to countries where the young been bad past this, maybe 30 years ago, and then population are like double, triple we on. But then solve it. What you need, number one, political will. Every energy system around the world get vested interest. People then they will get interest, financial, economic interest in every part of energy. Whether in a meter, whether in a generation, then get interest, whether in a fuel. For deal with that kind economic and personal financial interest, very difficult. Number two, the key decisions you have to take to say no. I want you take that money that you put an eye because in 2 years, we will get benefits, we will spread all across the economy. Those are hard decisions because money no day. And I see the difference we make, when the minister, we take certain decisions. For example, and one of the good things that we say, Kandeh, I want to meet with all the leadership of energy. So when I remember November last year, and I do retreat. Me take over September, we go sit on the half a day with, we take 2 o'clock. We develop short-term plan, medium-term plan, long-term plan. We know all what we agree on. We set targets. For example, we tell and say, look, we'll get generator then at the country with Japan give some other European government then give from where we use and then reach for do servicing, we not service again. It just sit down. And like we get motor car, just because you need for change the oil, you say you sit down first, like they go take another vehicle. So number one is when I repair all the machine then where we get, because they are solid machines. Just wait till you be needing repairs. But for repair, you need money. So right there on that day, and that's the thing about leadership and political will, they say yes, they need 2.3 million euros for this. I want Minister of Finance, you make it available. This one I need 700,000. And guess what? By January, we don't make the one then at Kintom start. Right now, we try for do the repairs for the one then Blackwell Road. That's 25 megawatts. 50% of waiting car power they give away.
Apart from you say the president for Sierra Leone starts, we get for do it repairing the machines then they. You don't explain to the public waiting you inherit. And one thing where I believe say then go on for no like you say I've been get a kit to sound go discuss waiting and waiting need for be done for improve on Salon energy sector. There must be a roadmap because you just can't think, say, I want to make a change. Like you said, the change not going to happen one time. For the public for no, waiting exactly day na this roadmap where una don't develop for go through. You already don't say there is a short term, mid term, and the one day winner for the future. Take me through that day where you break them down, then we can go into the rest.
Excellent. I've been on to a big press conference that November day, but I'll repeat them again. Yeah, for the short term, we sit down with President, Finance Minister, VP, Chief Minister, say waiting we need for do first of all for increased supply, generation, because we not get enough. Low repair we machines immediately. Let we also try for buy more power from we neighbor them because it's cheaper, 17 cents, 16 cents. Let we buy cheaper power because the transmission line don't day. That transmission line take the 4 countries almost 20 years for bill. They say, don't they? Let's buy cheaper energy. Yeah. Number 3, let we look then debts here where we they owe or the suppliers. How we go restructure that debt today for make sure say we they pay some of them suppliers. So in the short term, we put a target say if we repair their machine, yeah. Number 2, he say can there some project then they we don't delay. He knew them, yeah. He knew them. He said go check for me in Newton. Go check for me. One other project we call respite. It don't delay by 1 year. I want to let you fast track implementation of some of them projects here. We've been getting a project then Bo Kenema transmission. It don't delay 4 years. He said I want to let you jump in, make sure say then one way for the contractors, everybody and they do it. 7 towns. If they don't get a program with the 7 towns, it make them put generator in there. For 2 years, they were not on. It's a one-leg jumping. So we identify existing projects. I want to give me predecessors then credit because it takes time to build them. Eh? So these were things that were done. He says, so identify the one that we've been there, we know they move. Why they know they move? Now procurement they delay, now just or human factor, or just lack of supervision. So what we've done since then, so okay, then at the short term, right? The medium term is a one day you find investors then for can invest in projects where we know say then go finish in about 2-3 years. Then for the long term, develop a plan now. How will they come off from this situation? Maybe in 10 years, who say we they can do? So the short term, we don't repair Kintom. The repairs of Blackwell Road, they in progress. Number 3, these other projects with the Newton, we for give 36 megawatts into Freetown by God in grace, January, February, or March, we will commission that one day. Yeah, that one day again will give 36 megawatts into Freetown. Then they give 10 megawatts to Lunge, yeah, for the airport, for the community, and so on. Those are all on track. There's a third project when Skatec release, that one in IFC, the finance and Skatec, now a Norwegian company. When SEF been done day in progress, the negotiations they been done day on. That one they SEF, unfortunately, in don't delay even more now because the negotiations are very slow for now. We get some technical thing there and contribution where government for make who not mobilize it. That one they say na 40 megawatts na Kamakuye, maybe then go drop 2-3 megawatts na Kamakuye, Makeni, but the balance for can Freetown. If you look that package there, it means say by first quarter next year, we they add 52 megawatts to Freetown. Yeah? 52 megawatts, you put it in context, now waiting car power they give it. So we say they generate that one day for we self now with we own assets. What again we do, you know, say recently I go Guinea. We've been done already, they send trip missions in Guinea for negotiate with them. Then energy cheap. Then get 2 big dam then we then build in the last 5-6 years. You know, affordably then build them. But then get surplus power. We've been done begin go Guinea before Liberia. Now Liberia, they get 30 megawatts from there. Guinea-Bissau about 20-25. Burkina Faso self, they can begin get 25. Even Gambia, they buy from there. So we self, thank God, in the last 3 weeks, they don't begin supply with 15 megawatts. And we need them supply, then they tell we other project then, the medium-term project then kick in. And the medium-term project there, as I mentioned now, Kamakuye, possibly 40 megawatts. Kono, with the try for get financial close by March next year, another 50 megawatts from there, again solar, yeah? The Nant project, that gas project na Kisi, then safe likely now for putting 50 to 60 megawatts by December 2026. So in Freetown in particular, we could triple the amount of supply with the kind inside Freetown.
Not just take you back to buying energy cheaper, where I believe now one of the reasons we make una go get a contract with Guinea. And after that particular agreement we been go sign, a lot of concerns been come, especially from indigenous we get for do the situation at Yenga. For so many of them, this not to be a good bargain because already there is this land dispute between Salone and Guinea for a claim Yenga. As the energy sector lead and somebody will lead the team for Gona Guinea, was this a good bargain for Salone, especially with that outstanding issue at Yenga?
You get the political problems, you get economic integration. Yeah, economic integration for Africa is key. And in a field where no, nothing where I do advocate for 30 years around the world about intra-regional trade, inter-regional trade in commodities, now in energy. The vision of Africa, which we call Agenda 2064, yeah, for the African Union, one of the key pillars. Now, one energy market for Africa. This now waiting other regions they do. European Union, and they trade energy amongst each other because all man get different energy endowments. Yeah, ECOWAS, we already the West Africa power pool. We get the transmission line. So there is the political problem, but the economic relationships. I am confident. I've been chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee in a Parliament. Yeah, my first year. And I looked at Yenga. I had my own recommendations I gave. If we've been doing that 10 day, I sure say by now we know they get issues. Why? I look waiting Obasanjo then do for Cameroon and Nigeria when they get in dispute. What Kofi Annan did with them. I suggest to colleagues, I said that's what we should do with Yenga. This way we will one do and half, you know, they work. If they ask me opinion, I go give. Because yes, I was in multilateral before. I know some of them things, and they my friend. At that time, my friend was vice president of the International Court of Justice. Personal friend. Where we all in NIB, we legal advisor in the UN. He was vice president, Akola. I said, what do you think? He said, there's only one way to do it, arbitration. That's our job. We had a friend then. But anyway, all man getting your opinion on how to deal with that. There are times when you reach a point where you want to get that kind of militaristic confrontation, you take another method. The method where we don't use for 20, 25 years won't work. Because I saw it, what Kofi Annan did with Cameroon and Nigeria. We could use the same formula, but they'll shift back. We relationship with Guinea very crucial. We don't see how we connected. Now like twins. In many cases, mutual economic relations and benefits can ensure that you have mutual security as well. That's the philosophy in the European Union. It's the same philosophy for us for Mano River Union. Now that make we leaders then create that union. Then be one level get common naval service, yeah, common security arrangements for mutual security. A lot of economic arrangements. Even there is even a plan for a Mano River joint Mano River Union dam where we for build for supply we country then power. I am convinced that this relationship, economic relationship, the more we see how much economic relationship they're important, the more we go also get better cooperation on security. So there was no conflict in what I had to do.
Doctor, let me talk about the car power shift, the big elephants in the room.
Yes, indeed.
We see Usai, when I've been take the bold decision, say, when I not renew the contract of the car power ship anymore, in as much as things been bad, but with the repairs and maintenance way una been do on some infrastructure them, according to the information una put out there, be done there for long, they not get the repair and maintenance then they. Things not be that bad. Una be they do load shedding. Some areas be they get lights, even though the car power be done cut off. Then just be they send 6 megawatts for some essential facility them. But again, una go back and give them 1 year contract with negotiation and review on the terms of the contract. And this same car power, now one way institution like the World Bank, they frown at because of the heavy money where they inside. We go na the IMF World Bank spring meetings this April. That conversation be there at the center. They even advise, say, why not buy power from Guinea? Because Guinea, they sell at a cheaper rate. With all of these things, earlier you talk about interest. Everybody get your interest in the car power ship. What to make una go back to car power?
I'm glad you give context well. And a good way you said in the Washington, where you know some of the conversations then behind the scenes. From where I take over, I always talk about energy transition. Transition, like come on at this state, you can another level, another state. It take time. The announcement where I make to the public, yeah, on that fateful day, say on a radio blackout they come. It was because indeed, when you go from 50 megawatts to 6 megawatts, a big drop. And put her in context, the same thing happened April, May last year. Not so? Then they on the blackouts can 3 days. All man feel them. Where they make the announcement, they begin them. If you go back to the video, I say we were in negotiations for a 1 year contract. Remember, first na been 1, 2 year, they go 5 year. Of course, there were conversations about 3 years. Yeah? President and me, when we analyze everything, we always don't say, no, we need the 1 year, whatever we do, for let we able to put the projects in place. And be rest assured, I also go behind the scenes and consult with some of the multilaterals. I say, hey, here is our reality. Here's where we are with the projects. Here's where we're going. I say, so what do you think? Because I get me networks. I say, what do you think we should do? What is the right pathway? They say, whatever you do to ensure that you have a smooth transition, something we can call a soft landing in economics. you need to keep them for a little while. So we get a mutual understanding. And let me put it in context. They've done well, 8 years. Because we're not bill we own. If you not bill you own, somebody they supply you tell and thank you. So in this respect, they've done well for us. But we can't afford it. You don't hear the conversations. That's the reality. If you don't pay over 300 million for a service, dollars, then you owe 70 million. Then every year the debts they go up by another 20 million. The interest rate high. It's a problem. Now suffer posh. They make like you gentry, but you don't get. And they go into debt. So what we have is not a bad transition. Instead of 3 years, you do 1 year. Instead of 16% interest, you do 12. But you say something very important. We demonstrated that our people are willing to make a little sacrifice till the bigger solutions come. That load shedding way we do give me experience. Because sometimes even in challenges you learn. Because people say, if you mistake, and you hear all of this way they make hard decisions. But then we tested it because we were under crisis. In fact, wait till you don't know that March to May, with the dry season on Tranga, we get for lobby politically bien na Côte d'Ivoire. President self calling company said they are saying we some more because we owe themselves 24 million. Then cut down themselves from 27, then begin give with 7 and then go 15. We get for call and say they are gonna give with small more. Again, just for buy time because we know bill and like we the bill host. At least then contractor don't tell me say will you float? You can't hurry. You must left under 21 days less settle. Now the same thing with anything here. If they take time for billing, if you not bill, I know the day. So this is why President they focus now say let we build we own systems. Even when you neighbor the supplier, I give you waiting they happen right now. Côte d'Ivoire been on go up to 15, 17 last week and last night. They inform we back we Liberia all man waiting they sell to. Well, they reduce on all because we want to do maintenance on we machines. So then don't go down to 5. Now God where they get the balance 15 from Guinea. Okay? So yes, we go to we discuss, we continue with negotiation there will be negotiated with car power. Say, we know say now we able withstand less power until we build we own. But we don't begin talk about a 1 year. Let we continue that conversation. But we were in a better position now where we insist on 1 year, where we also push say the interest rate unable. And remember, these are things I inherited.
Talking about inheriting a high interest rate, because even for people who they do petty trading, we not get experience in economics, go and tell you say that was a bad deal. Buying at 20, you they sell at 18 or so. And one other major concern, even for our international donor partner them, now the great loss we EDSA they make. People they buy the lights. Citizens are paying. But outside them money there they go, we make they're not able for pay for the lights, where then they get from car power, for example, the CLSG, for example. We don't hear issues about corruption. We don't unbundle the board, do massive sacking at EDSA. We don't do investigations upon investigations. We clearly should say there are problems in EDSA. Corruption they happen at EDSA. And you sit in all of the infrastructure there where you can meet, we'll be surrounded by huge corruption. Even on an international partner they know, like the World Bank, we don't try to solve some of these problems. And then they push for privatizing the energy sector.
A good way you make a shift now, we don't talk a lot about generation. And it's like you think like the president say, okay, Kandeh, I like all them plan here for can increase supply. But if you're not able to pay for them, no problem. So which means I want to shift your attention now to EDSA. So now they me attention there now. See when you get complex problem, if you try to do everything together, you mix up. You yourself you exhausted. So we compartmentalize. We spend time for really put in place now projects, attract some investors, and we're willing for can risk for get generation correct. The two-sided now they can pay attention at the reform of EDSA. That one day again, some ongoing thing and they will be on day. For reform EDSA, we do a number of things. A common one collection account. EDSA get boku accounts there. World Bank don't tell we, and we do again, you spring meetings, then tell we say, look, una don't depend this thing 2 years. How long did it take for get one collection account? Una not serious, una they drag on a fit. So Yumkella, you're the new player now. We need it done. We know it can be done. If you don't know how to do it, go to Ghana. We take a commitment. Say, I assure you, we'll get it done before the end of the year. So we'll get a timetable, that single collection account, where all the money where it's at they collect, now they go one side. We get a dashboard where all man they see the money. Number 2, we get an independent fiduciary agent where World Bank go pay for 2 years. A renewable controller, nobody know the controller. Completely independent, like we get bank governor. They sit down there and they say, fine, these are all the payments we should make and we pay there on time. The balance where they left, all man know. So that one, inshallah, September, October, that will be set up. We call it a single collection account. The manual is done. Then they can do tender for, I take this company, we go manage that one day. That's one. Number 2, the privatization. That one they say do advance. Even that one, the World Bank say, look, we want to stick to the timetable. Yeah? That one day, 6 companies don't show interest. A number of them big international utilities. We for partner with EDSA for take that side. So the money then they lost. The commercial side. Yeah, customer relations, metering. This country, 15 different meter. Bokude were not substandard. Yesterday, then they send we one from Kisi. We just blow up. So then they people don't bypass. So all the issues then they now, that entity they go can begin manager. If everything go well, we should select the company by October. If everything go well, then we'll take over by March. The question then remains, well, what do you do for the 1 year? Because from now to March in 9 months. For me, that's 1 year.
Because now that's I really want to ask, as it is now, for so many people, then can say electricity for them now luxury in the Siamas. Because even if you buy the EDSA top up, the money where they take buy the top up, the units where then they give you, the rate at which it melts down, you gonna send a luxury for some people, they can't afford that.
Yes.
What's going to happen inside this period of time for ensure say the challenges and way people get currently, then they pull the money, buy the top up, but it melts so fast compared to waiting and they put into RAM. How far amend this?
So since President don't instruct now, say, look, we focus the same way, zero in laser on EDSA, we don't begin, we and the board don't they meet, yeah? And now we spend half a day this week. We spend half a day again on Tuesday. Why? You get the ministry, you get the EDSA board, you get the management. In the past, the board and the management and they run EDSA. Because we're in crisis, because of the urgency they say, we approach it different, at least based on the instruction of President. We, the government now, they work directly with the board and EDSA because we need to move fast. Then problem here, we don't know that. If you lost 60 to 70% of your revenue, think about that. You get business. This business owner they run so Liberty. Una they lost 70% of una revenue. Una not able to survive. Not so. Then you owe everybody. Something is wrong. The president don't dismiss board. He don't dismiss staff. Now they tell me, he say, I no say that no do Kandeh. I need more. I need for let you move fast on the reform. So now we go show now we reform agenda soon. Because now we can set targets then for the board and EDSA. And President talking at the retreat. I want to let people understand. He said, where I don't come meet with una so. If it's not working, I change the team. I change the team. So we don't begin a good conversation for let we and the board and the management of EDSA understand say it urgent. Customer then want get their service correct. So we get for digitalize more. Number 2, we want to see that revenue. The regulator of the whole energy sector, we get the power. In fact, World Bank don't make we empowered until we say EDSA for they collect $8.5 million every month, even if we allow them for lose 40% of their revenue. If you assume, even with that, they should have about 8.5 million. If they collect 5, you need for show me a plan. We go make sure say within 6-7 months we for collect that 8 million. It can't be say after 1 year who don't did it, then still they increase no more by 100,000. Something is not right. If something is not right, you gotta be radical. You know the manager, you know the tete.
Say something is not right, but whenever you talk to EDSA, then go throw the ball back to the public, say people are not paying light bill, people receive flights, which might be true.
That
but
is also true.
From waiting, you don't fare not so far with your team. Is it the consistent and corrupt activities that would happen at EDSA with them having so many accounts or not just human factors them, they make still debt dip and light business, people they pay light bill, but EDSA always a talk say they know they make better couple.
All of the above, plus also technical problems. They not get enough resources for rush where bossing get problem, customer service. They were underfunded. Yeah, they not don't invest in the distribution networks. Most of the transformer in Africa are overloaded. Yeah, we are afraid now. Now for lesson, not just begin give up because the illegal connections have boku. People know they pay. What are we going to do about that? We own internal EDSA problems. We're going to deal with them squarely until they can privatize. The private sector policy now and get for because they say they can with the young management and the young money. But we also don't set up a court. Chief Justice don't help we. For law now set up a court. That court they go deal with young people there where they do illegal connection if they catch them. They also go deal with them one day with the thief lights consistently, but could the thief lights, not to small people they're normal. Yeah, big institutions. Yeah, no they pay for light. Number 3, we don't begin meet with the police. You see, recently so I meet with one of the infrastructure person. I don't they talk informally with IG Cell, who they're all ready for help, ONS. We want to do exactly what in Gambia and Liberia do. We then get the same problem here. Then set up a task force. Then they go neighborhood by neighborhood, check meters, replace meters, give deadlines to companies if then they owe. Someday you do some debt forgiveness, but from a date you pay your exact amount, which means a digitalization key. When the person pay you for the, you supposed to see all in a dashboard. If you go EDSA today, will not get room like this. We get all the dashboard like you see every meter. Now, so you go Abidjan, then place, and you see. We not get. In some cases, you get for no say. Some people know want automation or digitalization because it means accountability, which you not see, which you not get the record of. You not sabi. Then they say ask. So with all them payments here, who side they register? Now 2-3 computer. That is not the way it's done. It has to be a room like this with dashboards and computers. In audio, how much for the TV here now? $1,000. You don't get good 21-inch or 25-inch. You buy those things, HDMI cable and desktops, maybe 10 computers. It's $300. That's why you not get her. There's some basic things that we don't get. So we don't give them some money now. We don't authorize for letting them get some money for investing in their reforms. If we've given that incentive, and that I want to let the board understand, because sometimes the people go tell you, say, hey, well, the ministry won't interfere. We're very clear. We will be aggressive and we will be intrusive. Now, if not be normal time, President or the be Minister of Energy, not so. Because it's not normal, we need the board for understand who side the leadership want go. We go with the same speed, same urgency, and the same courage. And we willing, as the leadership, political leadership, for do some of the hard work. But we want to do it in collaboration. So I need for say this because the issue then complex. They're very complex.
Yumkella, you did a problem-solving mission. Long-standing problem them. If people want to be fair with you, this is not a problem the way you meet. And you don't come, now you're not the face of EDSA now, light out, now you then they drag up and down.
Why lights don't go?
Now you then they drag up and down. Yeah. But if you want to solve a problem, why you still they hold on to one of the things them with not the problem? Because what you look at from 2018 to now, the money where government don't spend on car power. A lot of people hold this opinion, say that money they enough for set up infrastructure them where will be lasting solution to the problem, because the car power is supposed to be as a standby. You're not supposed to be say now in the country rely on for low get sufficient energy. 12 midnight on June when they see in the hot, everybody been panic say the country or the city go there in blackout. But you know bad off. Some side been gets load shedding and not be enough, yes. But you and you people and be there out there on the streets for sure say unable for exist without car power. So why going back to the problem?
So again, you need that 1 year transition. During this 1 year and
you're not able to transition without the car power.
You still need them. Take them from me, trust me. What I've been telling you, I say blackout no go be that way be last year, I know be not so, because we do a lot of work. The same thing I assure you. Would they add 52 megawatts by Q1 first quarter next year, between now and March, we had 52 megawatts, which means we'll get enough equal to waiting car power being the GUI, not also? So very good question. Ask me back June, say, so Dr. Yumkella, you still need her? Why this important? Yeah, and that make a public. Yeah, president and we need the nation for Falawi. Say, so I'll sacrifice them go day, or they do work, but we need some initial waiting like you say, no pain, no gain. Follow go. And you don't summarize them well. The public don't show say they're willing for suffer small, for let we pull we self on this emergency situation. By giving 1 year, waiting president they demonstrate that yes, we must left her. And me on headache now, the points by me, Kandeh. By June, me I no say, you know, they come back to me. Or you and your team know they can't tell we say, we continue on emergency power. I assure you that whatever happens, by June next year, it will be a different situation. We will be dependent on our own generation and what we buy from cheaper sources.
At what rate will you negotiate, Honorable, for this 1 year?
Oh, nice. I don't tell you. We the same contract extended. So you just add an addendum to RAM. 25 megawatts, rainy season, when the standard will be in the gear. 45 instead of 65. That's a major drop already. 45 instead of 65 megawatts.
I'm also not the buy at.
Still the same. That's why you must come inside for buy cheaper. 22 cents. We sell them to people there 18. In fact, the problem that the Minister of Finance they get with we World Bank, they're not happy. And it is legitimate. We've been subsidizing consumers $30-40 million a year. If we buy cheap one, you don't need for spend that money that way. What you go do? Sometimes you go say, okay, you go put 5 million in escrow for low they buy bigger transformers. Or you spend them on health and education. So we need for come inside, buy cheaper one, build we own cheaper one then. And you don't see what they try for do now with Bumbuna. We don't go fair money. We need the balance now. We don't spend 45 million. Minister of Finance don't go sign them. For let we double the capacity of Bumbuna. Bumbuna na the cheapest. We they try for also do Dodo, na the Eastern Province. We they try for do Big Congo and others. Those are all the long-term plans. That one then go take like 3-4 years. This is why when I go see very soon, I hope say some of you are able to join in New York with President they sign with energy transition plan. Yeah, this na President Bio in legacy for all his successors. We don't build a plan $2.4 billion, $2.4 billion. We get everything we want to do na energy. And with determination for mobilize between 500 to $1 billion of that money, we begin build for others. We give them bunya for take the country forward.
The CAPA agreement we wanna go back into. If you already do establish,
we extend that.
Extend the contract for 1 year.
Yeah.
But already you don't establish say when I go buy in a Guinea because it's cheaper. And CAPA still maintain the rates where they be the sell salon. So why pour into CAPA for another 1 year where you get an option of a cheaper rate?
We also get another constraint. One grain transmission line at the whole country, 161. In capacity for bring electricity inside, now 50 megawatts no more. So even with what you they build now, we get for can't get problem, we're not able to send all in. The pipe small, 50 megawatts. World Bank, they help we upgrade until 90. But we need for upgrade until almost 150, 200. Yeah? Freetown demand get for be almost 200 megawatts very soon, in about 3, 4, 5 years. Yeah? So even the transmission limited. Even if we buy plenty, we're not able to send her in. So you need generation with the inside Freetown. Unfortunately, we're not being billed. Unfortunately, we'll not repair the machines. So you see why? You still need them for supply inside Freetown because we get a constraint of transmitting power into Freetown. Would they try for build 2 more transmission lines? That one they themselves don't do for a while. Now we they do everything for kickstart them. It will take we 2 years, 2.5 years for building transmission line and they, if all the money can. So it's very difficult. You see how the system then interconnected. If you generate more outside, but you get for Fenway for bring, we call it evacuation. Unfortunately, 25 years we depend on one line.
Honorable, it's quite embarrassing.
Yeah.
Salon light situation. It's not a secret. Sitting in rooms, you see how international donor partner and they put you under pressure. You don't go do a whole PowerPoint presentation to the World Bank in April, but yet still, then they insist on this same car power deal. Say it is a bad deal.
Be rest assured.
Wait till you go tell them, probably in October, when they go for the annual general meeting, say, I've been need for extension.
No. They're fully on board. Trust me.
They are happy with the extension.
Trust me. They're very happy with what we've done. They see that it is pragmatic and the best option. Because remember, I don't discuss with them for long. These are people I've worked with for over 20 years. And I don't cross-check a lot of things. What is our safest and most plausible option? In addition, for Freetown, we just don't launch tender for 4 additional injection points. For sure you say, yes, we determine, say, June next year, we they rely. The tender come out 2 weeks ago, where we don't open up, say, anybody, Salon man, anybody we're able. You can put your own power plants now na Kisi, na Wellington, na Lumley, if it's possible. So we get additional injection points of power into Freetown. All that one day for let we do it in president called energy sovereignty. But again, we don't talk a lot about Freetown. We do similar to the other towns. EU don't give we money, where we begin implement now about 60 more communities for get mini grids. You know, come applying, so you know even Sadio. No, this is not Mokonde girl. You see Mokonde, when you can't get 1 megawatt, not so. Then the presidents also take that decision. Kandeh Kolleh self don't can say, well, Jala don't get away. Would they look at all of that? Would they also look at some of the big barracks for able to money, for let them get their own dedicated integrated solar systems with battery? If we spend the money.
Do na Makeni Kamakwe during the crisis been there, don't restore back.
Or restore. Again, this is not the good news. Would they think about Freetown? For a long time now, Makeni and Kono, 24 hours. Yes. But yes, doing the rationing, then say them we'll get for take 2 from there, but then still get them 4. But yes, everything is restored back to normal. In fact, Bo, with the new transmission line where African Development Bank and the British then don't fund, we don't done the transmission lines. Hopefully, Echigo commissioner anytime soon. Then they allow more power for coming to Bo and Kenema. So almost $43 million over the last 6 years. In addition, today at the Rongo Parliament, then for lay one document for me, where would they try for develop a project, almost $100 million with African Development Bank for Connect, Bo to Mile 91. Along the way, 60 communities along the way, all along that line there. Yeah, so there are a lot of things in the long term within the pipeline. Those are the, Nadamika say, this is, you don't go Ghana, not so. Anytime you talk about electricity, you must talk about Akosombo Dam for Nkrumah. President Bio in Mission 300 Compact is going to be the same. That will be the Akosombo for Salon. It is over $2 billion. Everything where we need for do, it go beginner in your own administration, it hand that over to the rest.
One be my next question, because let's not just stand like we take all this time, discuss, people here is sweet, talk them, and practically when you look at the finances, Sierra Leone cannot afford all the things that we outline this morning, say President Bewan for achieve under in leadership. What's not the roadmap for resources for ensure say we not reach a point we begin get excuses from una back say we been get this plan but to not get money for implement and that make una able do am.
Part of why we they tell me say you get for work na government Kandeh, no retire, no go back, go be visiting professor na Columbia University, which I had already, distinguished visiting fellow. It's a no Kandeh, low work. It's a money no day in the country. When you look Salon revenue in the budget, after we don't collect all the money there, now about 15% they left for the whole country, not better, 200, 300 million and nothing. He said, I need you and you network. Help me logo mobilize. And you see what you do. 8 months, we mobilize $850 million in pledges, about 400 they land in the next 6 months to a year. Yeah? It's the same with energy now. We don't develop a plan, and that plan we will not just develop. We develop with World Bank, African Development Bank, Rockefeller Foundation, and other institutions. That plan where they can put out, where President Bio they can put out, or they give all the details, and people say, why you want to do that? It is power for you. You need to know what we mobilized, Usai been for go, So every successive government, because this is going to take a decade to finish, yeah? Una hold every government say we no say, una all together documents, una hammer me where I come back like explain, I go around the country for tell people why. You got to own it. For hold every successive governments accountable for every single project in that plan that will be funded, and una for force we for tell una every contractor where would they give contracts for implement that program day, because then you can ask the right questions. Why is it not finished? Why is it delayed? What's going on? So yes, we try for mobilize resources, but it come back to one thing. If EDSA not able to collect money, we get investor there. We don't tell we plain. We love you. Yes, Mr. President, your country is a great country. We'll come on and we say, Dr. Yumkella, if you are reporting 60% losses of your utility, you can pay me. So I'm not coming. So EDSA reform, if we not do them, and we not do them aggressively, all our plans will crash. Because everybody knows. Private investor comes in, because government no able to generate. We need private sector for coming, local and international. You got to pay them. Because a bank then say if they go lend money. That's why, again, they plead to the board of EDSA, the management, una get for understand, say una de middle all we plan. Therefore, we have to be aggressive with the reforms, which means government will be intrusive, will be directly.
Now, how they incorporate communities then at the peninsula, like the number 2, Mambo, Toke, we not get power?
A good way you ask, yeah? Because with my predecessors, with the foundation they wait and lay, with the support of World Bank, we get a program when I sleep. That program, they don't extend the line 10 as Sussex. Then they extend and they try to finish all the way to Waterloo. I'll tell you the headache now. We'll get the meter there. I will not connect yet. The moment, about 40,000 meters. The moment we connect the meter, then we estimate say something demand the jump by maybe another 15, 20 megawatts. Okay?
We'll not get it.
We'll not get all yet, you see? This is why I get for buy more. Now the World Bank don't give a deadline. Say Waterloo, the 15,000 meter, I get for connect time before this time. Because we have been supposed for don't do the project delay. Then don't allow now the remaining 25,000 for that we also connect. Yeah. So then the Japanese, we don't meet. The ambassador was here last month, and we send a delegation go Japan soon. Then they can complete Sussex all the way to Tumbo. So Freetown, they can get a continuous ring around them. Now that make we launch the 4 injection points, so that you can build power plants any side now, like even at Sussex, if land day, for inject power. Yeah? So all that one day, then are part of that long term. Very soon, and I go see we'll go around with World Bank for go look then spots then there and how far will they go now into Waterloo.
You don't say beautiful things this morning about your plan, which you want for do by June next year. The issues then go reduce and no one for say then go solve permanently.
Exactly. It will take years to solve.
Why Salon people for trust you?
Salon people for trust me for the following reason. I don't need for do this job. I don't need the job. I don't need it. I don't need the headache. I volunteered for it on behalf of the president to do it. Number 2, I'm staking 40 years of reputation. Reputation in the world when they know me as Mr. Energy. The Chinese then do a documentary on me, Man of Energy. You can go Google and CCTV. I'm risking all my integrity and capital to do this for the sake of the country, a job I don't need. Why are they say so? Salon man go take as arrogance? No. Yeah, in leadership, they can ask you, are you taking the job because you need a job and you need the income? Or are you taking it because you want to innovate and you want to make change? I'm doing this one to say 30, 40 years of dealing with energy and industrialization. I have an opportunity with my networks to implement it in my country, put it on a pathway. I will never finish this, but I'm laying a foundation with President Bio, with the support of the international community, that for a decade, all successive governments can fix this problem.
Like you say,
So we are like Ghana, we are like Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania. We can do the same here. That's my belief. And we have been telling us, that big blackout, you know the car. You know, car not also, it was very risky. Waiting people no. After I don't make the announcement, I go now, I say, Lord have mercy. So who's at the beginning?
That's how I can ask you.
So, but you should say, leadership, if you can, you believe. The person who believe me was my president. I text her, you know this alone. I say, now here's what I'm going to do, sir, and I need your approval. He sent text back. He said, approved. I said, I'm going to Guinea. We don't have any agreement yet, but I'm going to ask them for 15 minutes. He said, go ahead. He believed in what I was doing. Then we come back. We no blackout. He come back the day before the blackout. Blackout no can be. What you do is someone we in our office. He says, so how you doing? What people don't know, on the Wednesday, at the Guinea, we simulate. Because we don't get the plan there. If they reduce by so much, also they add. They reduce by so much. Now I say, you do that, and I say, now so then train me. Wait, man, train me again, engineers. We sit down. I went to the substation, 8 o'clock. I arrived now from Guinea, 6:15. 8:30, I was in the substation with all the ministers, so deputy ministers, and the best experts. I say, fine, when I watch them now. As then they reduce, so they increase. Kene Mahauna de, McKinney, turn on the turbines.
We set up a situation that night.
The night before, we've been there on Zoom call. Yeah, me the Guinea. The next day, we put this, and I really give credit to EDSA and EGTC staff, the substation people, because we've been on the build relationship. Where people see where they're going to then substation, we know they just manage behind the desk. We've been on build a rapport with them, then trust we. So then can, to God na then sense. Now then begin showing how then go they reduce. Now I say, if they're hot and we suddenly way to go do them. They don't teach me what they call synchronization. Now I say, when I've been saying they're not go synchronize, then say, yes, doctor. So we really practice. So what I'm saying is the nation, trust me, I'm doing this, taking this risk of my reputation and everything, because why? To God, I want for Dana a situation where in 2 years, and then don't begin, because we see already in South Africa, World Bank, everybody, they say, Dr. Yumkella, there is a buzz about Sierra Leone energy sector. They like the leadership, they like the vertical integration of the president and yourself. We know you are there.
Taking your reputation for achieve all of this, and now you they ask and they give reason why people for trust waiting you they say and waiting you and your team they do for achieve this. One thing where people been say when you take up this appointment was how we for trust this man. We been come with promises. It talk about the Alassane and Alusine politicians and we don't used to, and now he is part of the system. Regret then statement and the way you be make them.
Not at all.
Now we don't find yourself in this situation.
At all. Not a single regret. That time where I talk about the ills in the country. Una host me boku. I mean, they make una rating and they go up. It's the same now. Look at the difference. You have an energy minister you've never had before that never had my background. Never. Go check. None no get me background in the sector. Okay? Number 2, I am open. I come to you. This week, na me organizer, not to media say, oh, something not be. No. I am going to be as transparent as possible because I need you to own the agenda. Okay? Alassane, Alusine, yes. No regrets. Criticisms, I love it. Because it was a criticisms about governance. And unless we Saloman address that, they know they work. And I tell you, I have no regret coming back to SLPP. Second, I took this job. And as I say in our interview, if I've been the opposition, I know they do this, I know they fix the sector. Because I see, even with the good ideas, once you're in opposition, you talk through. But left fire, you they criticize. There is a point where you criticize, there's a point where you say, okay, I'm going to fold my sleeves and I'm going to do the work. This is hard work. This is really difficult. This is risky. In some cases, there are people who are very angry with me, but I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for the people. This is one thing that I hope in 3-4 years, people begin to give us as an example of a country on a pathway for change. Like when you go there in conference, alternate say Rwanda, can you they go there in conference and also one day we're not there on the list. If we're there on the list, except now for health education. Yeah? But as a country in totality, where are they you? And most times we're at the lowest level of the Human Development Index. And people will joke, Dr. Yumkella, you are so brilliant and so on, you're here with us. What are you doing in Korea? Your country, look at its ranking. Why aren't you back? This is one case where I chose. And I agreed with the president. I'll come in, work with you and your team. And I have to emphasize, none of this is done alone. The deputy ministers are there. We're doing this as a team. We collaborate with finance a lot. It is that collaborative work, combining our networks. Now that make we able to do stuff. The money they will mobilize within 8 months where I come in. Not to me one. I'm a minister of finance. Me a minister of agriculture, but what's it mean different? We worked as a team. My style has been collaborative, but I'm very aggressive. When it comes to results, they knew me in the UN. And this is the problem I have now. People no one set targets, they no one get KPIs. You know what I don't use for 30 years, I know they stop. Now so wait man, now so corporates they work. Una CSF, una look una revenues, not so. Almost would they make this month, almost would they make next quarter. When I don't project for the year, when I don't, you ask why. People don't want you to do these things. I'm used to KPIs. President Bio, we see, I say you've been say 3 months or Kandeh. You've been say 6 months. And then people ask me, why you like for do that? Now so then train me. If you not get targets, you not get deadline. You know they measure progress. Now talk no more.
Let me give you one fun fact where you take over the energy sector. I don't know if you be hear that. A lot of people go say, oh, now this they can end Kandeh in political career.
Oh, yes.
This energy ministry, they don't get it. They end in politics. You believe, say, this they end in political career?
I hear that plenty, eh? Family, friends, and enemies. Yeah, they don't like me. But that. When I know they can't finish. 2 years, I not finish yet. Oh. When I've been the UN, I've been taking another career decision. Similar, eh? They say, oh, he's made a wrong choice. He shouldn't have taken that job twice. Those 2 jobs built my career in this system. Yeah. This one, I'm not trying to build a career. I didn't at the point where I no need for work. I'm being very frank. I don't need to work. This one for me is for Sierra Leone. I'm working with President Bio under his leadership with his full support. President Bio give me full support and confidence. You know, yeah, this one year not the end my career. Because why? Perhaps you say fed up with me and say, Kandeh, no one see you again. And they are shown, I say, with this agenda where we don't begin so, I need you to own it. I'll give you information. Yeah, you the people, because you also represent the people. Because it's an agenda not for me or President Bio. Yeah, it is an agenda the SLPP regime is developing for the country for the next 5-10 years. You own it. And I will tell you exactly what we can do and when we can do it. And the balance we left.
Honorable, you instinct, you inner man, convince you they deliver on this before the exit of President Bio.
Will they deliver on certain things? For example, we get targets. That's what wait man train me. When me send a CEO, and so I manage my staff, global staff. We know exactly what we able to do. President Bio will get with targets. 200, 220 megawatts before he left, added to the system. Before he left. But remember, we target now 1,000 megawatts. We left and get the balance. Now that make you for no. See, we know side in Tapo, and we know side the next one for Camo. Then don't spend some money, but the plan, they not change the plan yet. And that's why the other countries in the progress. Then get a plan, everybody can add. If you go Kenya, then they tell you say some of the plan, then go all the way to Moi Kibaki. And then they tell you say it's a Kenyan plan, it's not a Kibaki plan, because he used our resources and the international community to build it. That's what we're doing different here. We're giving you a plan, not a bunch of projects.
This plan, you see this as an advantage for your political ambition of leading Sierra Leone?
All man, they ask me this question about my political ambition. I don't clarify. My ambition now is to deliver reliable power for this country. Put this country on a trajectory where somebody else go can done the job. I give the example. Kennedy said, America will land a man on the moon within a decade. It pass. The Americans then continue that agenda, then do a ma. It not been day. It's the same here. In business now and innovation, we call it the moonshot. What's your moonshot? What's your moonshot for the next 5 years? Even what they do by countries, we asked them for can present 2 years ago at the climate conference. Present to us your moonshot. These are radical, major game-changing initiatives that you put together. Ours is this Mission 300 transition plan. 2.4, 2.2, 2.4 billion dollars. Clear plan, raise money, begin to build, and let others finish.
But I still on the ball of becoming a president in Salon.
Mid idea on the ball says Salon must better. That I'll never stop saying that. We all have to work together to make it great. For una pikinde. For we save old padre, let we retire well. Yeah? But for this nation for be great. We they go in other country, then we been bad off pathway. We they see how then they improve. As I tell people, I don't go Cambodia. I don't go Vietnam. Yeah, Cambodia and over 1 million people then kill pandemic war. It take long. But you go there, you receive factory now, then they export to America. And some of those changes happened within a decade. Then lay the foundation. We have a decade that we are starting now under the leadership of President Bio for others to pick up after President Bio leaves.
You get many messages there. We wait for you. We'll go read quickly.
Okay.
But before we come to that, earlier, maybe I'll ask you about you criticizing by then the Alusan and Alasan.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't join. I don't know if not the Alasan or the Alusan.
Then say Alasan 9 can come off first.
Okay.
SAPP 9 can first. So I don't join Alasan.
Is it a situation of if you cannot beat them, you join them?
No. It is a situation of sitting with the president for months about what the country needs, where we should go. Hard criticism. Yeah, president tolerates me, then and now. And he tell people, he said, no Kandeh. He said, I work with him before in MPRC. He says straightforward. He will tell you what he think in a polite way and he firm. So we discuss what I should do. I tell you, he said it in public. Yeah, we'll go 2023, where they Washington. He said, the man tell me, say they retire. I said, I know they agree. That's what we make. So I quiz all the sense now you hate first. Yes, I had said I was leaving. Politics, focus on global advocacy. I already had distinguished visiting fellow, a prestigious Columbia University and others, tailored for me. Others were also in the pipeline. I gave up all of that and my consulting. He said, do ya Kandeh? He said, look the real problem at the country. I don't tell you. He said, you know, you've been the parliament. You don't do global governance. You do advise governments. He said, now we reality this. You network where you gain your knowledge is unique for the country. Join me. Here's where we will go. I say, fine.
So now all they go? Where President Bio they go?
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
Or you they stay behind for continue?
We will see. We will see.
So quickly before we come
we'll
to the
cross
message,
that bridge when we get there. Right now, that build help for lay the foundation for energy systems first.
Foundation will be a breath of fresh air for some people. We then be hearing about the MCC funding regarding reforms in the energy sector. But since you begin this discussion this morning, we're not hearing nothing about the MCC funding. What's happening with that project?
Deliberately, all my interviews, all my doc, you know, they talk about MCC. For 12 years, all we spoke about was MCC. One of the things that we are not lacking in our country, where we are deep on one thing, we know they do we don't work anymore. We they have open up on this thing. If you go back to an interview where Pierre Lumumba referred to one interview I do in Ghana, you know, years ago in my real radical young days, where I just came back in a salon, 2020. Yeah? Pierre Lumumba referred to, I said, there is a problem in Africa. We have this receivership mentality. Once they don't tell we say something, they can't sit down, they sit down now, they hope. The homework we for do now, we left her. So now I don't talk much about MCC because all man believes until now and they can not able to do nothing. I disagree. And that's what I'm proving now.
But is it happening?
MCC could come. But if it not come, there's an alternative. We've developed another plan. We're seeking monies from elsewhere. Yeah? Where we do the first pledging conference, we'll not go do one at Washington. Now Vienna will go do one, not so. In other words, I'm saying to Sierra Leoneans, there are alternatives. In this new global space, look widely. And that's I see also foreign minister they try to do now. Opening additional doors. MCC, we still the lobby. And what we've done, we don't take some of them projects, we don't put under the new mission for go for new money. But we need them, eh? I know they say we don't need them. But I know I have up too much pan something where I not get much decision over. Because why? It is purely a political decision eventually by the United States. What they do, we're lobbying heavily. Yeah, we're showing them alternatives of how the money can still come to Sierra Leone. They build the Southern Corridor transmission line, the dispatch center. But I know one low sit down back. Lord, they pray God, logo pull more Sarale MCC car. Not to that kind way they are see Whitman they work. Not to that way they are see corporates they work or the organization where maybe they lead. No. You build your own. You build new partnerships. And to God, we don't prove them. And once we done Mission 300, you will see that we've proven that you can build other alternatives. But yes, we do need MCC.
All right, Lord, just take, the message is in plenty, but because of time, Lord, just take few. You've been Tekuyama, they say, KKY, you are the best, and I think you've been underutilized in Sierra Leone. Thanks to President Bio.
Mohamed Ali Kamara say, good morning, I appreciate your efforts, but more needs to be done for the energy situation. Deepening the foreign investment is not a solution. Depending on foreign investment is not a solution for permanent energy stability.
It is part of it. It's not the only one.
Alright, so he said they say KKY Sabi talk past all thing. Let us hold him by his words. After the rains, dry season go expose the truth.
We're ready for the dry season too. Keep going. We don't plan for that one day too.
Right. This one from Jibril Bangura is say the energy challenge we are facing with this sector in Sierra Leone is not about generating power. It's rooted in the financial management of the industry. So what steps do you think you can take to address this issue?
That is true. That's part of ETSA reform. Financial management and governance of the sector. Very correct.
Auna Samai, they say grateful if you could ask KKY about the proposed 125 megawatt power plants that both the APC and the SLPP government have received over $2 million for the same project and yet no power plant.
Please be specific. I don't know about that one.
Mohamed Toure say, I heard you say President Bio said he wants to give his predecessor credit. But Kandeh, this is sweet talk. Because President Bio not ever ready for take projects them where in predecessor left. Example na be the Mamama Airport.
Alright,
not every project you keep.
Lee Cherno, they say indeed we need to have a national development plan. We they see over the years immediately government change the plans of the previous government, they become abandoned.
And this one from And Sumana Kamara say, please tell KKY, now that he's member of Alassane and Alusain team, that he's not doing us a favor. Stop this bluff, we need work.
Where would they work? If you need more, perhaps you be miracle worker now.
This one, they say KKY is a powerful orator. No doubt about it. Our Prezo come 2028.
Abbas Bundu Bangura say, KKY, is it fair that we can start the judgment during the dry season, sir?
Yes, indeed. We're ready for you.
Was KKY Abubakar Mansari, they say, was KKY adequately prepared for the challenges of the energy sector in Sierra Leone?
Of course.
This one from Sandy Rogers, they say, Honorable, your reputation at the international stage is top-notch, and as such, what you must be mindful of is your current political dealings, as this will make or break you.
Ips Banks, they say, please, can Dr. Yumkella update the public about the audit on ETSA when he assumed office?
Yes, that is ongoing. Very important. Very, very important. Good point. I hope we will see the results. The board suppose for don't hire an independent auditor for go through the books, we get all the reports, because there is a lot of problems.
Mohammed Sulaiman Kuruma, they ask a direct question. He say, can you solve this problem of our electricity supply? Please answer the question.
We lay the foundation, we will do our bit, and this will take years to finish. Others will finish it, but you will know what those plans are and what we will do now in the next 3 years.
Abubakar Mansari, they ask, how will KKY's leadership ensure the long-term sustainability and reliability of Sierra Leone's energy supply?
Lee Cherno say, indeed, we need to have a national development plan. We did see over the years, immediately government change the plans of the previous government, they become abandoned.
Mohamed Sulaiman, they ask, we hope the car power ship will go after the 1-year contract.
Aruna Davis say, KKY told us in a press briefing that we can do without the Kappa ship. You narrated all the means of how we can generate light. What happens to all of those sources that you highlighted?
Sandy Rogers, they say, Honorable, your reputation at the international stage is top-notch, and as such, we want you to be mindful in your current political dealings, as this will make or break you.
For the Mustafa Toure, development is an inclusive business. So was the opposition involved? Why do you think they will continue with your plans? You cancelled Bumbuna 2 sites in cost. They will do the same to your projects because you lack inclusivity. When will we start running an inclusive government?
Well, I briefed Parliament, and APC and SLPP were there. We did an extensive presentation for them. So yes, we've reached out to all political shades in that respect.
Justice Moisamba, they say, take the challenge of monitoring progress of his multiple projects. Let him be accountable for what he is telling the country.
Abubakar Mansare say, sir, will the proposed renewable energy project be sufficient to meet the growing demand of electricity?
It will not be, so you need more generation over the years.
Aruna Davis, they say, KKY, you told us in a press briefing that we can do without car power ship. You narrated all the means of how we can generate light. What happens to all the sources that you highlighted?
We don't cover that already.
Yeah.
Ronald Beresford Ignatius Judge Stone say, for God's sake, electricity is one of the basic fundamental human rights of any country and same as water, health and education, food security. Please don't make it look as if you are doing the people a favor when it's their basic rights and you as a government to fulfill.
It's not a favor, it's a service, and we are volunteering to deliver that service. Others need to volunteer as well to do their bit.
Abubakar Janede say, good morning, Liberty TV. The people of Leicester Road community are now going for 6 days without electricity. Please inform Dr. Kandeh to look into our situation.
I take note.
Since where the people get problem, no response from EDSA.
I don't take note. We go check with the situation room.
Aruna Samai say, grateful if you could ask KKY about the proposed 125 megawatt power plant that both the APC and SLPP government has received over $2 million for the same project and yet no power plant built.
Yeah, it shows you don't understand. $2 million for 125 megawatts. If it be specific, then they almost for do 1 megawatt. That's what then something a feasibility study they talk about.
This one from Bla Abdullah na YouTube, they say the public's confidence for KKY has been deeply eroded because promises have not been translated into tangible improvement. Any meaningful discussion about energy projects must begin with transparency.
Memona to Pratt, they say Dr. KKY must be given the space to transform the energy sector. Sierra Leone been in this for over 50 years, many efforts and recognitions, but woeful inadequate.
All right, the last one we go take for now and come back, we'll wrap up with Dr. Kandeh Kolleh Yumkella. This one, they say this not just another plenty talks and no results for over 7 years. The problem is employing relative in position that they don't have expertise on.
This one from Sheku Alusain Jongo is say a leader who has the technical and conceptual skills and an inclusive thinking in solving problems is a great asset.
Sulaiman Bari say, I love this statesman, full of wisdom. Bravo, Honorable KKY. All right, messages then Boku. From their messages then the Honorable, clearly they should say all waiting the people they want, no results.
I like. They were like
now it don't seem stable a bit. After una don't seal the 1-year contract with car power, they don't come back. They give you 25 megawatts. The rains don't begin can now. Bumbuna they come. The Bumbuna phase 2. You get any plans for them?
Bumbuna phase 2. Clear with the public. We young government not they do one. Bumbuna phase 2, the latest estimate in YRE, now about 1.1 billion. 1.1 billion for 120, 140 megawatts. The economics is wrong. We get studies, yeah, I don't check with financial institutions. Now I say, how come you've not agreed to support this project? World Bank, African Development Bank, Development Finance Corporation, United States, several of them. They say the economics is totally wrong. You don't build a hydro project for that amount of money, and then you want to sell the power 13 cents already. Hydro projects are single digits, so the economics totally wrong. Nobody no agree financer. Nobody. In the same period, DFC, they put $420 million in a plant Naya. Then go Guinea, then get Sao Piti, then get Caleta. Where the amount of power we then get for generate past Bumbuna 2. But Bumbuna 2 now almost twice the cost of that one day there. And the area people then I say no problem. If that's good, let them do like waiting the gas power plants do, then fend them money. If you never fend the money 15 years, 16 years, 30, they're not a government they finance. These 9 people then get for understand. This was a private project backed by government that the promoter should find the money and do what you call risk mitigation. They never do. Now illusion, the economics wrong. The banks, they all don't tell them, say this project is wrong. When me being calm, I call ADB. Yeah, I was appointed September 1, I begin 2023. First trip, me in Kenya. I meet with ADP president and in team. And I say, can you help me restructure that? They say, Dr. Yumkella, we're willing to look at this Bumbunatu. We've already told you in the past when you were in the UN that it's not a good project. But if the promoters are willing, we're willing to look at it, restructure, bring in other financing, and we move forward. I can't check with the people and say no. People, they stick, okay, we're spending money. So God, if Bumbunatu promoters go spend 1.2 billion, then say then they can't build reservoir. Yeah, we go give away that amount, let them do it. Do one like which you company they do, all the other projects the way they can, not to government they finance. Now then they go spend their money. Big Congo, whoa, they can try for do 140 megawatts. The private entity, then they do the feasibility study. Now then they go spend their money. And I don't tell you, say one of the benchmarks, you cannot do that, then you tell you, say, hydro project, you're going to sell at 13 cents. Not to so. Not to so it works. So, not to fit.
But expanding Bumbuna 1, or not for don't start Bumbuna 2?
No, you need big money, you need to do half. Bumbuna 2, according to the young estimates, sometimes for starter, I will need $500 million. Often, this one is easy for me. And not to me no more say, I can't meet MCC. MCC, then the analyzer, they said this is a quick win. At that time, it was supposed to be $45 million. We knew that already 5 years ago. And when I came in, that's what I did. Because I know, say, energy project, it's long for design. I said, what are the low-hanging fruits? Let's find them, including Bumbuna too. I said, don't advance, 15 years. I checked. They said, Dr. Yumkella, nobody is going to touch it. They've come around all of us. None of us were willing to finance. I said, so what do we do to repackage? They said, talk to them. If they're willing, and they're transparent, we'll take it. Bumbuna 1 is simple. 2 turbines. The Chinese, they within the Bilam, the Italian, sorry, then do 4 location. Then use 2, then left the other 2 because money no do. So what would they do? They put the other 2 turbines. Simple, quick, 18 months, 2 years max. We're taking the low-hanging fruit. We double the capacity of the dam. If Bumbuna 2 is that good, go find your money. Simple. And you pay. That's what they're doing with NANT. NANT, the DFC finance and fully. People, in fact, they use that as a flagship for tell people and say our country is ready for you to generate. Come in there.
If always you don't talk this morning, I think we salon people for go by and are able to achieve, is it possible under President Bio in tenure for let people get 24 hours light?
For some areas, yes.
Which areas?
For some areas. I'd already tell you, say, Kono, McKinney, very likely Bo, Kenema, because again, then go tap from CLSG. World Bank just don't approve money last week for connect Kabbalah Sef to CLSG, Puja to CLSG. So then Sef is very likely, say, then light go stable over time. Freetown, for the areas connected, it is very likely. Because as I said, we will triple the supply into Freetown 2026, 2027. But remember, the demand in Freetown is rising fast. So some areas will still struggle. But again, it's a pathway. You get for continue for bill. People get for understand that. Now that's, I hope, say, if anything with it, I they say them for understand today. One regime no they do them. No every country, one regime no donor. What we able do, we go show now. Now the other one they now for add. Now so be now all countries, 20, 30 years, you they add. Because waiting though, population, they grow, business, they expand. Let them not take and say, Salomon, oh, then they do all the problem now in not to show the work. Repairs and maintenance get for continue. So over time and as population, they extend. And one of the things we get for no, we can say that energy supply creates its own demand. Once you get light, you the begin member fridge. You remember TV. If you get fridge, you want freezer. So demand, they go up. That's why you have to build continuously. That's why you have to have continuous improvements in systems. So people get forget that and that make you need a good functioning ETSA. Collect money, pay them bills, then keep some for maintenance and keep some for projects. Say, Sussex they grow, the population get for double in 3-4 years. So law begin plan, they need bigger transformer. That's how ETSA has not been run as a business. It's still run as a civil service department. No, It is a business. You're running an enterprise. You run it as a business. Increase your revenue, control your costs, reserve money for investing again in capital investments.
Finally, Honorable, speak to the critique them of KKY. We believe say, now just sweet talk as always. KKY don't can make this, they will pull them off on behalf of President Bio.
I know they listen to naysayers. If I've been listening to naysayers, I know they excel in the world. I don't live with Andy. You see one thing where then they pull me and Schwarzenegger then also. Where I begin look for sustainable development goal number 7 and number 9. I talk another thing. I see Arnold told me when I visited him in California, I said, don't listen to the naysayers. Ted Turner, the billionaire we start CNN, worked with me a lot. He even hosts dinner for me in Denver. These are the people I've worked with around the world. Big guys, Dangote, Tony Elumelu and others. I helped them form the Africa Energy Leaders Group. I know they listen to small talk because I spend long time they deal with the big corporations of the world. Which you see impossible, now we want do. Sweet talk where it's so funny. Now this country, when they put you down, people they beg me for go advocate for Africa. I've been offered 2 jobs this year. They say come and be the global ambassador for Mission 300. It's the next vision for Africa's power.
So not to bluff.
Not President Bio. Go ask her if Nala de lie. I show her the other tell him. I say this man you're the man age. Now I say Bokande Usa you want go again. Now I say not to me sir. Look her. Yes. So bluff or it's a bit talk. That's low-minded. It's a bit advocate. He analytical. You know the substance. For me, you can't take that from me. It took 40 years to build that. I know they just talk. I they give you facts. I they give you numbers. I they give you timeline. Go judge me by that one day. I know they just talk. Sweet talk. Wait, man, they look you say this is not Sabinati. Yes, I'm saying it public. I have been offered VP positions. I've been offered spokesperson position to promote goodwill ambassador for Mission 300. I say I'm not leaving. The guy just talking back in South Africa 3 weeks ago. Yeah, you can ask some people we've been there.
So
yeah, then say we've tried to get Kandeh out, and he says he will not leave until he finishes what he's doing for Sierra Leone. That's my vocation now. I don't need this job. I volunteered because I believe it can be done. I can lay a foundation for others. We talk confidently and say, the man arrogant. 40 years at the build down knowledge system.
Now to 2028. Also, you foresee Dr. Kandeh Kolleh Yumkella politically?
I see Dr. Yumkella, by God in grace, don't invite you for go inaugurate some additional projects. I see Dr. Yumkella, don't invite you. Say, I want to let you sit down and you don't see, say, it possible. Dream about that future, say, you picking. So until you go be an electrical engineer, get good job in the energy sector. Waiting do private sector don't can Salon. Salon they sell energy now to Guinea, Cote d'Ivoire and others. That's the vision for me. That is more fulfilling than anything.
Get of becoming a president. What's are you right now?
It is inside one file. You know, we they solve complex problems. You take part of it, you put in a folder. You know how computer, you put in a folder, you put the other one there. Wait time reach, you say, okay, how do I bring them together? So it didn't in your file. It didn't an active file. It an active file on side. Yeah, and you now the digital people. You know, you keep some issues active. There's a backup app still running while you do Facebook, but your WhatsApp still they run also. So that political file is still there live. They dance inside there. We go see if any need there for activator. Not to say you go tell me if you need for activate. Now fix energy first.
You're still active na the SLPP as to that you ambition within the file.
A very active na SLPP. Forget the SLPP energy agenda. Remember, it's an SLPP administration. I'm working for that SLPP administration to get this major part of the energy of the SLPP economic agenda for the country in place.
Promise you?
Promise me waiting.
For takeover after.
Yeah. When you want give me luck this morning, you want to go make party now. Really, who's area? Hey.
The
I will say you na investigating
journalist. The corridors.
No, go ballet, go tell me who's area.
The KKY movement still active?
A lot of me supporters active, yeah. A lot of me supporters. I will tell you, if you go now one forum, then just tell me then days here. Strictly KKY. 1,025 subscribers. Then get almost 200 waiting. This is how much my voice still counts. Yeah, even globally.
And maybe they feel disappointed, say you disappoint them. What you let them do at this stage?
In life, you get some way they disappoint, you get some die hard. And let me tell you what some are telling us. The reason we make you fall, you say, that make you like what you do na energy. We've been tell people then say, they see trouble, you go inside, you find solution. In fact, it vindicates them. Say the man not afraid, they volunteer. The man still then do. They tell people they're waiting a plan for do and waiting others get for do.
This is not the motion. Somebody will be president. Company president can make an now as energy sector lead. The president's ambition.
Always get a sense of purpose. When I go parliament and say, but this man no better. If one be president and MP, I didn't know people then begin afraid again. You know what's in that do for me? Immediately I go parliament. IMF, World Bank puts me in a parliamentary network. Another group say, now you become part of our legislators group. Why? They say, Dr. Yumkella, you've done global governance. Now you're in a legislator. It even increased me international brand. Immediately. Waiting Salon man see small. Because he don't see alternatives. I don't go now over 70 countries in the world. I don't address parliaments. I don't address top academic institutions as visiting fellow. So when people think small, an innovator, they think small, they way above you under 40,000 feet strategic. I know they worry about the naysayers, they how they talk small. If you focus on that one day, they work with, they focus on solutions. So they focus on people, then gossip. No.
All right. So therefore, call you specifically for talk politics. Today, energy you can talk
Inshallah,
about.
in 2 years, not so.
Yes.
Anytime you need energy, call me now. Politics and also be better again.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
As always, my pleasure for get to sit down with you, and we look forward to all of the beautiful things where you don't talk this morning. Say these are your short-term and long-term plans. Hopefully by June.
President Bio in long-term and short-term plans where they support.
All right. Hopefully by June next year, I'll go on you my words again.
Inshallah. I'm ready.
Pleasure as always. Many thanks to all, and we apologize. We read the many messages because of time. And that's not being Honorable Dr. Kandeh Kolleh Yumkella. We presently lead the energy sector. They support His Excellency the President for solve some of the energy crisis where the country they face now. Many thanks to you, Edo Achwi, Musa Saokuma, and Samuel Thomas, that they support the production team. Ina Khadija Bangura, they say, continue for Watch Liberty TV throughout the day. We have very interesting conversations that will bring Kanto Una for inform, entertain, and tell Una about interesting topics them all over the country.
All right, until we meet again, Mina Mebel Kabade, so get a good day and goodbye.
Develop city, then clean, all clean city, develop.
This is Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown. And today, I want to talk to Freetonians about sanitation. We objective, transform Freetown, transforming lives. We not go able to achieve them if we all not join hands. Freetown City Council get role, but every Freetonian also get responsibility. Let we start first with the fact say FCC with the sweep 110 major streets every single morning from Monday to Saturday. But when we don't sweep the streets, if Freetonians then come and they continue for heap dirty in the street, in order to make the place look fine. Now make we get them litter bins them. The yellow bins we wanna go see around. So when you waka, you drink from your water bottle, your water plastic, you eat your packets on tin, not even a ground where you don't. Make sure say you put on one of them bins then they. That litter bin they, in order for you host dirty. You know mean say if you pack you host dirty, you can pin her next to the bins them. Not to the idea that. Not give you host dirty to them one way the Allah say clean salon. No say that dirty way they collect now you host. You know get for Karango now the one of the two official sites. You know they can go Kisi Bome, you know they can go King Tom Bome. It turns so it left on a ground. And now we council get our problem, but you self get a problem because now front somebody else in Domot, you own dirty don't end up. So wait you for do it you host dirty. We get the one then a council where we don't certify. So then approved waste providers. Then they on tricycles, some of them they a vehicle. You will get host, you will get business, you in a hospital, institution, everybody for make sure say they waste collected by an approved FCC waste collector. We get the tricycle groups, we get the companies, so you go see them around. We engage with them on a regular basis. And wait till we go do now as we come into this new year. Now for make sure say FCC stand behind them for you for no outside and day and for let themselves go to you so that we no go get that gap. When you eat dirty in a gutter, it end up na Lumley Beach, Toke Beach. All the tourism ambition where we get for the city, we lost that potential there. FCC, they spend boku money on dirty business. The fuel, the labor, the vehicle maintenance, the spare parts, the night operations, the illegal dump site clearing where we get for the do every now and then. All that boku money, I'm not going to say we're not going to spend anything, but we're going to reduce some. If Fritonians then do the right thing. Because we not going to get for go clear illegal dump sites. We're not going to get for sweep as many streets and spend as long. So if we reduce that money we spend now on dirty business, we go able put some on development. We all want for improving municipal schools. We want improve the markets them. We want for let we see new developments at the city. That money we use for dirty business. You and while we all make up with mind. Pay.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.